Okay, so we're going to be planting some forestry tubes. So they're individually in a pot, and we've already got our spots sprayed for weed control. This is a Hamilton tree planter. That's what we're going to use to plant tubes. It's an old but true method, tried and true method. And it's, for the old timers out there, it's a bit like a, what's the word? It's a pogo stick. You stick it in, and pull out a plug. There's your soil. Now, when I plant, and I got a Hamilton here, I just stick it in the ground, and then I can tap the plant out if it's root bound or hard to get out. These tubes have a rough edge lines going down inside, so the roots can't circle. They go straight down, so you don't have to do much tickling, or if they're pot bound, you might have to tickle a little bit, but at least they're going straight down. And when you plant, you just drop it in, make sure it's at the bottom of the hole, and then heel it in like you would any other tree, and away you go. It's planted. Now, if you're using milk cartons as a tree guard, they're good because wallabies and kangaroos and rabbits and that, they can't push them down. When they're in the ground, they're hard. A plastic bag, a plastic sleeve, they can push them down. Now, what we've already done prior to coming out here and planting is we've made slits with an electric saw. While they're still in the box of 500, we cut along the edge. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little tiny little slit right there and there and there and there. And that helps the milk carton bamboo stick. That helps it stay inside the carton. You just feed it through. Bit of a pain, but it's a good thing to do. You don't have to do it, but I think it's really worthwhile because it holds it in place, and now it's good and sturdy, a little bit wrinkled, but I don't think the kangaroos mind. Okay, so it's all ready to go. I've got my little tool here, and it's like a whistle, and it's a piece of metal pipe. It's got a plug on one end, and it's open on the other end. Fits over top. So in hard ground, you can push the bamboo in instead of using your hands, because it can hurt. And so I've got it over top. I'm holding the milk carton in place. I'm holding it as a square, and you push in, and you push in. You can hit it in like that, and it's really quite sturdy. Doesn't flop around in the wind. Very strong. It'll only last maybe about a year, maybe 18 months, but that's probably enough to get it up above, certainly up above rabbit height. And the kangaroos and the wallabies tend to, the tree is quite sweet and luscious at the moment, so they'll like to gnaw on it. But after a year or so, it hardens up, becomes more woody, less tender, and they sort of don't find it quite as tasty. So I'm just going to keep going here and plant the rest of these trees. And I'm planting a little rainforest here. We've already got satinwood, we've got mountain coria, we've got banyala. Yeah, the banyala is just here, which is a pittosporum, native to the Otways, native to South Gippsland. I've just planted another banyala. I've got a little myrtle beech, which has got its nice beautiful spring colors on the leaves. And yeah, just a few more satinwood and a myrtle beech I'm going to plant here. This is a nice wet spot, a dark spot, and that's good for rainforest plants because they don't want too much full sun. Yeah, I've just pulled that out. The roots are nice and friable. The plant looks very healthy. Put it in, heel, heel, plant it. You don't have to push the dirt out of the Hamilton tree planter because the next time you plant, you put it in the ground, it'll pop the first plug out. Tap, tap. Plenty of soil there. The roots aren't twisted around. Not pot bound at all. Push it in. Heel, heel. Last one. Oop. Get a bit of root there, probably from this blackwood tree behind me. There we go. Another beautiful looking myrtle beech. I give the tube a little bit of a squeeze. These shiny sided ones still have slits inside to make the roots go down instead of around and around. There we go. Got plenty of roots there. The white roots at the bottom are the living roots. Of course, they're the feeder roots. They're going to be the first thing to feed the plant once it establishes into the soil. Heel and heel. They're all planted. Most of the natives don't need any fertilizer, but the weed control is really important. So I've used a knapsack to spray spots here. You can use weed mat, old newspaper, garden mulch, anything you like. But when you're planting hundreds and thousands, you'll need to, well, you don't need to use herbicide, but if you'd rather not, that's fine. But expect your plants to, some of your plants to suffer from competition, and other plants will get swamped, but they'll also be hidden from wallabies as well. So they might just take their time coming up. They'll be set back a little bit from the competition in that first year. But if they survive the first year of competition from the grass and weeds, they'll be okay, and they'll come up out of it in the next year or so. I like to get them started, but in this area here where wallabies are frequent guests, they'll probably have a nibble, so I'm going to be using the milk cartons here just to give them a little bit of protection. Okay, thank you, Wendy.